Hey guys, welcome back. My name's Stu, and this is Mel's World for Rollercoaster Tycoon Classic. This theme park has some well-designed modern rides, but plenty of space for expansion. Your objective to have at least 1,200 guests in your park at the end of October Year 3, with a park rating of at least 600. Okay, let's hit pause then. It's a good tip to press pause when you start. Even better if you see a bobsleigh, because we're going to be wanting to check that out, because it's one of those rides which you can easily crash. So we'll be having a look at that. So let's have a look then. Where's the entrance there? We're charging for rides. We've got free entry into the park. We've got an inverted coaster, a bobsleigh, a launch tower, and a top spin. Okay, let's have a look then at what land we've got. Let's turn scenery off for a second. So that's all the land that we own. And we've got no rights to buy or to build on anything else. Okay, so it's a nice big park. Pathing isn't great, but we can address that. Let's have a look what we got then. We've got a transport ride. We've got some gentle rides. Quite a lot of water rides, which, we have got water, so that could be handy. Good selection of coasters to begin with. 6 coasters to start. Wow. Decent trail rides to begin with. Not a good selection of shops. So, year 1 then, I would have thought we're going to put all our research into shops, see what we can come out. We'll put down what we have got. I think we did have a kiosk and a toilet. We've got 2 food and drink stalls, so that's great. So as long as we put those down, we should be fine. No danger of winning worst food award. So let's have a look at these rides then. I'm going to assume that they're both, and we'll check out that one. They're both continuous circuits. We're going to want to convert them into block breaks just to make them safer. Given the length of this station, we can split that station to have a separate station for entrance and separate for exits. That'll add an extra block into the circuit and make it easier, make it quicker to load and unload guests, etc. One thing I want to do with this one is have it so the entrance and exits come back to more or less the same spot on the main path. That way it should be easier for mechanics to inspect and fix, or easier for them to find it, certainly. And a similar thing with this one, or we can have them both coming down to this spot there. So that's pretty cool. With this one then, let's turn on height markers. So the station is 30 feet off the ground. Well, this spot here is 35. So if we put a block section there, is that a flat space there? Is that a flat section there? And then it'll come down, and what we'll do is we'll put like a little chain lift on, maybe say there as like a fail safe. You won't even know it's there, to be honest. You won't be able to see it. It'll be our little secret. So yeah, I think we'll get on with that. Kiosks, toilets, that sort of thing on major corners. Put down food and drink stalls, and then have a little fiddle with the rides. July, year 1, over 500 guests in the park. We only need 1,200, so we're almost halfway there, even though we're only halfway through the first year. So as you can see from the station buildings, we've been tinkering with the coasters. I've redone some of the track on the bobsleigh. I hid some brakes underground, and then it was going too slow for the rest of the track, and it wasn't hitting the lateral G that it needs in order to get the good stats. So I rejigged this bit and then add it coming into this helix section a little bit faster. So that triggers the lateral G, and we get the good stats. Let's hide the scenery. So we've got the station split, 6 tiles long. Could have gone 7, and that would have meant that we had a longer car or longer train. So at the moment it's 7 cars per train. If we'd gone for 7 tiles, it would have been 8, but it's much of a muchness. Over here then, we've got that block section just there. Reprofiled the last corner. It drops down, and then there's a chain lift then, just on one of these pieces there. So you can't even see it, as I said, you don't even know it's there. Redone the station, that's cool. They're coming down to here. So what I've done, I've rejigged it so that this path is open at the back there. And then this path, hang on, there's a cat crying. Okay, and we're back. Yeah, so the cats hide in the room, and then when I'm recording, they decide that they want to go out of the room, and they start crying. Okay, so I've done the same thing here, where I've left it open at the back. So what I'm going to do at some point is I'm going to connect up the back of that around to here, and then connect that up to there as well. That way we're opening up the rest of the park, and we're giving ourselves tons of space to be able to use on the inside and the outside of the paths as well. Over here then, let's turn on the underground view. So I've moved the entrance and exit so they come out this side right next to each other, easy for the mechanics to find, and extended the path on the top spin just there. So that's pretty cool. I rejigged the path slightly here, but in the end I didn't really need to because we ended up reprofiling some of the track. This is running on 3 trains. With 2, there's a bit the queue length is just way too long. It's 10 minutes as it is. We'll probably end up getting an entertainer in there. So it does stop here, but maybe we can do something with that later. We're gonna have to hire some more handyman because there's loads of sick around the place. I've got some food and drink stores, as I said, kiosks, toilets on major corners. Got a little gap there for maybe a seating area. Yeah, so all in all, it's looking pretty good. For the rest of the year then, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and connect up the path, as I said. And if we can do that, then we'll be home and dry, because year 2, we can just focus on some of the extra coasters that we've got. It's like we haven't got a wooden coaster down, we haven't got the junior coaster down, we haven't got that down, we haven't got that down. So, we've got 4 coasters to choose from, and that's before we even research more. So yeah, I'm going to crack on. I'll see you soon. October, year 1. Almost 900 guests in the park. We've got that green arrow as well. So everyone's loving the place. We've got some seating areas as well. As you can see, we've connected the path up. So there's the entrance there. So it comes around down here, connects up to the back of the stand-up coaster. Not the stand-up, the invert coaster. And then it comes down, back around, connects back up then to the back of the bobsleigh. So we've got it going underground and then up to there. So look how much space we've created for ourselves. All this area up here, pretty cool. And we've added little boats just down there, carousel as well. Decorated the bridge. It's looking pretty good. And added a twist over there because we were starting to eat into the lawn. But we've got 2 decent rides in the roller coasters, and this one in particular, because it's got 4 wide trains, so 4 passengers per car, and then so let's have a look. 9 cars per train, 4 passengers per car, so 9 4s 36. So 36 passengers per car, which is £10 a go. So that's a lot of money every time it goes round. So all we need to do is get more guests into the park, and they'll end up going on the coasters, and that'll just earn us big money. So yeah, I'm going to research thrill rides now, so we can put them down quite quickly. But what I'm going to do as well is focus on building the coasters that we haven't got, that we've already got unlocked. And then as thrill rides become unlocked, we'll sort of stop what we're doing maybe, and then build one of them, and then carry on with the coaster. That way we keep on adding new rides, and we're not sort of getting bogged down. And because sometimes it's easy to do when you're in the middle of a coaster, maybe you can't quite get a bend to work or something like that. You end up just losing track of time. But yeah, as things stand, we're doing really well. I remember the first time I played this, or the only time I've played it, I think what I did is I got rid of the existing rides, built a path around the outside, and I think then we built coasters where they all sort of met in the middle and had like a massive tangled spaghetti web of nonsense. I don't know. So I think that's it. It's not all of the scenarios I can remember playing, but this one does ring a bell. So we're not doing that this time. So this is going to turn out completely different. October, year 2, 1,300 guests in the parks. We've already got more than what we need, and we've got a loop around the bobsleigh to make it look as if we've planned this little delay to give us a cool little interaction like that. And it's worked out pretty well. So this is Phantom then. Decent stats. Have I shown you the stats on the pre-builds? Don't think I have. Wow. I am neglecting my duties as a host. Okay. So Quiver and Flightmare. So decent stats. They were more or less the same when we started. Okay, also added photo sections to them as well. So there's Phantom then, third coaster that we've added, decent stats on that. So it launches out around the loop, comes down around here, and then back to the station. It's kind of an awkward bit from certain, yeah, see, from this angle, looks fine. That angle, fine. This angle, yeah, it's kind of, the tracks are kind of into each other. So yeah, it should be fine. I'm not too worried. And as you can see then, we've got the Mine Train coaster just over here, Mel's Mine. Decent stats on that. Comes up, drops down, back around. Oh, it hasn't done it this time. There's a little interaction there, but it hasn't done it this time. But completely unintentional, but it's worked out quite well. Comes back around, There you go. There's no bobsleigh, which is a shame. But, sometimes sometimes there's an interaction there and it looks pretty cool. Just a little chain lift piece there just to get it on its way. You wouldn't even notice it unless I pointed it out, probably. I don't know, most of you would have. You seem to spot things that I don't. So, yeah. So it's coming along pretty well. Ooh, what's this? So I'm in the middle of building a vertical drop roller coaster because we've unlocked one of them because we're researching roller coasters now. And they're pretty cool, aren't they? So this will be the first one that we build in this current playthrough of this series. We did have one unlock in a previous scenario, but we never got around to building it because by the time it unlocked, it was quite late on. So, yeah, so we've already done the goal. We've paid back the loan. We're making tons of cash. The park is looking pretty spiffy. Hang on, I haven't shown you the junior coaster. The park's looking pretty spiffy. This is Pink Bug. Let's have a look at the stats. Decent stats. I quite like the station now. I like the station. I like the way the pathing is. That's pretty cool. So it sort of comes out there. We've got some booster track to have it coming out, interacting with the invert, comes back down, little trick track under the bridge, back around, and then back to the station. Cool. Guess I'm loving it. Look at that. 11,000 a month. Awesome. So yeah, I'm going to crack on with the roller coasters. I will see you probably next year. October, year 3, 1,500 guests in the park. So we've got more than enough. We've got over 300 more than what we needed. And we've got some nice new additions to the park. So let's have a look then. We've got motion simulator just down there. Moving around, we've got a mini coaster just here called Gate Meter. Any similarities to real life coaster names? Purely coincidental. So it comes up, drops down, comes back around, and we've got another little chain lift piece there as well, just in case it didn't really need it, but you never know. You might end up getting a car full of guests that just, that are on like a diet or something, and it's really light and it doesn't quite make it through. We've got 3D cinema just down there, and we've got the stand-up coaster just down there. We'll come back to that one. And then we've got the vertical drop coaster. So it comes down, drops down, got a hidden brake underneath there just to delay it slightly so that when it comes round, it doesn't stop on the brakes for too long. I mean, it will, but not too long. We've got a bit of a delay as well in the minimum waiting time, and also the lift speed is down to 4 miles per hour, because what we want is for this train over here, this car, to be back at the station by the time this one makes it to the top, which is not quite doing. We could probably increase that minimum waiting time, increase it by 5. We'll try that out, see how that. Look at all that sick there. I've hired loads of handyman, absolutely loads. Let's get one more just to get that one little bit there. done pretty well with the mechanics as well. Some of the bigger coasters I've got zoned. And then over here, then we got a stand-up twist up. It's annoying because by the time I finished building this one, we'd unlocked a flawless, which is it's basically the same. Just obviously the trains are different, but they're just a bit cooler, aren't they? So this is Maleficent then, because Mel's World, good stats. So let's have a look. Comes out, little twists and turns, background, little helix, then it goes underground, and then it comes up the chain lift up there, and then it drops down, and then it drops down into a bat wing, back round, little barrel roll, a few twists and turns, another barrel roll into a cobra roll, photo section, a few more twists and turns, and then back to the station. Pretty cool. It's the queue line from that. That's fine. That's fine. I don't think I've shown you really. Obviously, we've shown you, just haven't really spoken about this coaster. It's pretty coolly inverted. So it drops down into a loop. It comes down, drops down, bend, inversion, then into, what's that, a dive loop? It's pretty cool. I did extend the pit by here by one tile, just in order to get the angle correct. And it's Halloween. Cool. Mel sauce. Stew. Awesome. Yeah. So that was a nice fun one then. So I've gone ahead slightly. Again, if you're watching this in the future, there you go. We've won an award. So we've won quite a few awards over the, we're winning like one every few months. So if you're watching in the future and in the playlist, it'll all be in order. But I am going slightly ahead and going back to the other ones. So we've skipped 2 parks that were 4-year scenarios. This is a 3-year scenario, so it enables me to do it a little bit quicker. Because what I want to do is I want to build a buffer in case of illness and holidays and things like that. So I've always got a video sort of ready to come out because I've got into the groove now where we're releasing one of these on a Saturday, and it seems to be doing all right, so I'm happy with that. So if I can carry on doing that, that's great. Whilst I'm on holiday, I can schedule them to drop on Saturdays as well. And I've waffled too long and it was raining. Midweek videos, I haven't done any for a while. I do plan on doing more. They just don't seem to get as much traction. So, but it's not really about that. It's about me enjoying making the videos. So I will do them when I have something I wanna make. So yeah, let's just run it on fast forward then, and then we can see the coasters. So this one was pretty fun then. I think, as I've done quite a few times, spending the first year doing all the boring stuff like the pathing and that sort of thing, that really does pay off because then you've got 2 years where you can just do nothing but building rides, and yeah, it worked out really well. So anyway, this was Mel's World. I've been Stu. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.